Hey everybody, Raw the Lions UK. Hope you're well in the chat. Little bonus episode for you guys. I've just got in, hence why we're starting a little bit late. But the defensive linemen and the linebackers are on right now. And so I'm going to watch them and have a little chat with you guys. I'm hoping I'm going to be joined by Poole Walker, who I'm hoping is joining Raw the Lions on podcasts and stuff like that. He's definitely doing some articles and what have you on rawthelionsuk.com. So if you haven't read any of Poole's stuff, do go and have a look on the website. But hope everyone's well as we're watching Romello Height. 164 slower, but 464 very nice. David Bailey 451, and he thinks he's got more to come. Very impressive. Attila says thoughts on Seattle Seahawks ones and Carl Lewis 32. Kyle Louis. I love Kyle Louis, but that seems rich to me. He's still a linebacker, even if he's a very, very good one. We were talking about him as a 6th round pick just 3 weeks ago. I mean, don't get me wrong, the tape's very good and the player's very good. His Cassius Howell. Good start. 159 and 460 flat. Cassius Howell with really short arms, but he's going to be a first round guy by the look of it. Fast, but I think he can do better. If anyone wants to join us on Zoom, at least for a time, just to say hello, feel free. I'll send over a link. Quintavious Hutchinson from BC. Not the best get off. Really struggling through that 173 and a 474. You'll have to excuse me, guys. I am currently eating. I've only just got home from work. It is 10:07 p.m. here in the UK. I'm hoping to be live more through this combine just to see what people do. I'm less worried about the 40 times that we're seeing here and more worried about the kind of on-field drills and fluidity and that sort of thing. But 40 times are not totally irrelevant. Hey, Ken. Hope you're doing okay. If I'm slurring a little bit, that's the 6 glasses of champagne I've had at my networking event. It was all for work, I promise. As we got Marvin Jones from OU ready to go. Yeah, false start. Let's go again. Please don't ask me about anything that's happened so far today because I have to catch up. I don't know. Matt Ryan in the crowd? Danny Mack. Danny, if you want to join us, you know where we are. Right, Marvin, come on. Yeah, Ken, it was a fun night. It was I was there some business acquaintances of mine, but they're more like friends who were running the networking event, and it's an open bar, but it's a $100 ticket event, so they need to offer something in compensation for that. And away goes Marvin Jones, 169 on the 10, 474 on the 40. That was a nicer looking 474 than the 474 I saw just a moment ago, I think. Really, really nice gold cleats there. As the coverage goes to a break. Danny's saying, maybe tomorrow if you're on, mate. I'm in bed, watching on the phone. Got an early one tomorrow. So I'm technically off tomorrow, but I may actually work for some of tomorrow, and then we'll see. We will see how much I stream tomorrow, but I should be on for at least some chat in the Discord about Sam Laporta being on the block. I don't think it's as silly as people are saying it is. At least not on the Lions side. It takes two to make a trade, and I think that's where people are being reactionary to this. They don't know who's going to trade for Laporta after the injury he suffered last season. But for the Lions, if he, if he's coming off that injury and the kind of early career he's had, and we don't want to pay him long term, he could well be on the block. It doesn't mean that he's going to go. I've never heard of cold duck. Don't know what that is. Hey, Marker. Hope you're well. Got Poole joining us now, hopefully. So that's to dust the dust off the laptop. Blow the dust, that's what I should have said. Hey, Terry Perry. Yeah, doing well, man. Hope you're good too. If anyone else wants to join us, open session. Happy to share the Zoom link with you guys. We're all just watching this shit, so. And, well, the girlfriend's sick, so I have nothing to do tonight. And Paul has appeared. While I get some chili in my throat. Oh, boy. I have to call it off with the king of soda. Rio Light. Oh. All right. Night Kelly from UCF, 170,491. A little pedestrian. And then Malachi Lawrence of also the UCF, 158. And 453. Very nice. Paul, how you doing, man? On mute, though. Max Llewellyn, 167 and 485.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Can hear you now. Perfect.
Excellent. Sorry. Yeah, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. A little drunk. Probably why this is happening. But hey.
I don't know if there's a better time to do it.
Fair. Ooh, LT Overton. Can he actually run fast?
Well, I don't know. I heard some things over the last couple of days that people think he could go late, day 3 late.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh. He's got such active hands, I don't see him going that low, even if he's a bit pedestrian.
No, I don't agree with it either, but apparently he hasn't been.
It doesn't seem like anyone's a big fan of his, that's the problem.
I mean, what is he? Like, where do you play him? He's a tweener, isn't he? And tweeners always have split opinions on him.
Mm. Hey, Lisa, hope you're well. Danny Max says Rio is number 1. The man knows. Get a Miss Millie's. You've got to get a Rio. Nice get off. Wow, that's a really janky run technique, though. 171,491. Ay.
I mean, that's slower than some of the DTs.
Slower than a lot of the TTs. Here's one who has to have a good one. TJ Parker. Clemson. Feels like he's elevated himself into the back end of the first round at the moment.
He had a good Senior Bowl, didn't he?
Yeah. Nice get off. 162. 468. That is going to play. That's really going to play.
That 162 is a big 10-yard split is big for linemen.
Yeah.
Anything below for edges, anything below that 165 is very good. So yeah, I like that for him.
Yeah. He is a little bit lighter than some of these DNs, though, so hoping for a tiny bit more. But
What did he weigh in at? Like two?
I haven't seen any of the measurements, but he should be about 250.
I thought he weighed in a bit heavier than that. It was literally on our screen like 2 minutes ago. We both missed it. So, TJ Parker.
263.
There we go. That's moving at 263.
Wow, that's really good.
He's in
Mason
play.
Riger now.
I think Parker's in play at 17.
I think he's in play. I'm not sure he'll be the first pick, but it depends whether the guys go above him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it would depend on the ball. I wouldn't be unhappy with it at all.
No, he's definitely in that branch of players where it's you can see the logic. You can see the logic and you see what history he's put on tape in 2024 especially.
Yeah, he does have some pedigree there. He just needs to explain to teams why it wasn't there this year. For whatever reason. And let's be clear, everyone at Clemson's got to explain that this year.
For the people we got in the chat who haven't seen you before, haven't read your articles for us, we've obviously met through the Discord, and then you came to meet us a couple of times now at our meetups, but do you want to say hello?
Hello. I wish I was interesting for people, but if it's not about the draft, then I'm a bit useless. So
That's not true at all.
yeah, I'm Poole. I've been a Lions fan now for over a decade, and because we were shit for most of that, I became obsessed. Well, not most of it, half of it, I suppose. Became obsessed with the draft, and it's just led from there. And now Matt has kindly given me an outlet to write about it, mainly to appease my wife, I think. And now here we are.
Here's one that a lot of people are
Yeah.
looking at very closely. R. Mason Thomas of OU.
He's had a good measurements and some good jumps so far.
That was not. He was rocking when he was trying to go then.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these mock drafts are just so not where I expect people to go in the first round.
I see him going across the bottom of the page, and I mean that one there. The minute I'm looking at, we've got Over and Terrell. I'll be honest with you, I've never heard of Eric Edholm. Not that that's a bad thing, like why, but never heard of him. And I don't mind Terrell. Wouldn't be my choice at 17.
No. What's funny is the number of them that have Emmanuel McNeil-Warren at 18 to the Vikings.
Yeah.
So many of them.
Honestly, I'm surprised it's not Thieneman, just because they're picking McNeil-Warren to replace Harrison Smith, and a lot of them are so lazy. I'm surprised they haven't replaced him with another white man.
Nice get off from our Mason Thomas. Oh, hat came off. 164 and 467. Solid, but similar to TJ Parker.
I was expecting a bit more. I was expecting him to be in the 4-5.
Terry Perry saying, Matt, do you think Decker coming back is a good thing, or should we cut him and restructure his contract? Decker coming back is a big boost for the Lions. He, even injured last season and playing through immense pain, was a 16 to 20 left tackle in the NFL.
League average.
Yeah, league average or slightly below that. And at the end of the day, they don't grow on trees. Any guy you draft is probably going to be worse than that, especially where we're drafting. If you get lucky, maybe you do, catch lightning, but it's just unlikely. So it gives us flexibility. My worry is that it takes left tackle off the board at 17, because people will go, well, we have bigger needs, and we already maybe not going left tackle at 17, so let's just address edge. But if tackle is the best player, you should still take him. And Decker just being there is a boost. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, I
Like for
just worry we'll
me,
find ourselves here in 12 months' time, and there won't be as good tackles where we might draft.
let's be clear, we're hoping we're not picking mid-first round next year.
No, if we pick 32, we're not getting someone who can start next the year after next.
No, we should. Well, we shouldn't be. Um, yeah, with Decker for me, like it's only a plus. I think people need to not necessarily view it through the prism of the draft either. Like I, I mean, it's hard to find free agent tackles, good ones anyway. But we would have signed someone in. You're making me really angry with that, mate. I'll be honest. We would have signed someone in free agency who has starting experience to cover all our bases, and we would have picked BPA in the first round. That's the Brad Holmes way. I don't see that changing.
Mm-mm.
But now, if anything, it just helps us not have to spend that money in free agency, and maybe that goes towards an Alex Anzalone or an Al-Qadim Mohammed.
I completely agree. That free agency money is so vital this year.
I mean, because like even for a low-end starter, a low-end starting able tackle in free agency, you're paying a wedge.
The cap saving isn't massive for Decker going. It's enough that if he wasn't going to play, you're happy to have that cap, but it's not enough where you can get someone who replaces what Decker does for you on the field. So on a straight year-to-year basis, you're just happy he's there. Wesley Williams with a 490 from Duke. And back to the top for Vincent Anthony's second run. David Bailey up second. That's the big one. Ken Stouter saying he had a few bottles of wine when he was in England called Black Cat. Fair enough. I haven't seen that myself. I'm not much of a wine drinker, but I broke that tonight. No one's really jumped out at me in these 40s yet. Actually wanted a little bit more from Romello height.
I was disappointed with George Gams.
I had no expectations, I have to admit. He's not someone I've come across yet.
And in the back of my head there, Ash just made a joke about him lacking teeth. But yeah, he's a speed rusher and he's looked really slow. I think he's on like a 4.7. Have you seen these rumours about Sam Laporta?
Yep.
How much you buying it?
It doesn't surprise me.
So it doesn't surprise me. I just wondered who's going to trade for a tight end with a dodgy back.
This was the point of like people rubbishing it. I was just saying it before you came on stream. They're rubbishing it because I said, who's going to trade for him? And that's not the rumour. The rumour is the Lions are willing to deal. And, well, he's an injured player who's had a very good start to his career, and they potentially don't want to pay all four of that draft class who've done really, really well. So getting rid of one who has a serious injury and seeing if someone's going to buy high on potentially someone who may have an injury which threatens their longevity seems to just make logical sense. Not that I support it, because I want Sam Laporta here long term. I think he's an asset to our team. I don't feel the same way as I did about Hawkinson when he went on the block, because I didn't believe in Hawkinson long term, but I do believe in Laporta long term. But that's what gives someone trade value, and that's the reason why you do trade some of these players. So if you can get a 2 back for Laporta, who cost a late 2.
Yes, early to mid 2, I think.
Yeah, if you can get a 2 back, I think that's pretty good for the Lions. David Bailey, 4.54. Didn't improve.
It looks a bit stiff there for me.
Yeah.
But for the edge rush, like for me, 40 times ain't everything. Obviously, it's the 10-yard split, and then it's just the hoop drill. I want to see how they work in the hoop drill. But no, in NFL Network, that's when they have their break. So yeah, back to the Porter. I agree with everything you're saying. I just don't think that this gets released if there's not teams willing to trade for him.
But it could be the agent.
Could be the agent. Yeah, fair point.
Oh, Jay Sean Barham pulling up. Oh. Hamstring's gone right side. That's unfortunate.
Mm.
Sorry about that, Same. I think you still had some thoughts there, but
But this time of the evening, mate, for me, when I've got a toddler, I don't have any thoughts left.
I've got
Um,
nothing left.
that's me at 10:30 in the morning, let alone 10:30 at night. But yeah, just unless they know something about his back injury, we don't. It does just seem like you create another hole for yourself. And I get it, if you're not going to pay him, try and get something for him. But you get a comp pick for him if you just
Yes, you
let him
will.
walk.
You'll probably get
I
a
know.
fourth, maybe not a third.
Uh,
He may not get paid enough to get a third. A fourth would seem reasonable for him.
yeah, and you get that fourth plus a year of production if he's healthy.
Yeah.
Um,
Although you get a
so
year's delay on the fourth, I guess.
yeah, so it's like 2 years down the line from here. But
But we need to have a bit more of a long-termist view when it comes to draft picks. We've been very, very short-termist.
I agree with that. We need to play the comp game more.
Hmm.
And we're at the stage now where we're not going to have a choice because we can't pay everyone.
Yeah. I do think that you realise more equity at this point though than getting the comp pick. It depends what you think you can get for him. If it's a late 2 now or a 4 in 2 years' time, we already need tight ends in this draft, so it does create a bit of a hole. But if you can get a late 2 for Laporta and pay in Joku, that's potentially good business. But this isn't Madden. If it was Madden, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Mm. What's Njoku's projected salary cap?
No,
Or,
testing me.
I mean, I could look it up myself, but my laptop struggled to log on to Zoom, let alone literally
I'll
at the same time.
I'll have a look. Right, good old spot track. Tight ends and Joku 9.9. Dallas Goddard is 6.
Yeah, I think I'll get more than that. I'd rather
Tyler
have Njoku, but
Tyler Higbee 5.3. Ertz 2.2. Noah Fant 3.2. I'd love Noah Fant. I don't think he's a terrific player, but 3.2 million for that guy, I think that's good value.
he's an athlete. He can be a mismatch for you.
But he also does a bit of everything. He's not an amazing blocker, but he's not a terrible blocker.
I'll be happy with that. Yeah, that's good value. Very good value. We'll see. I think what they're doing for free agency is going to tell us a lot.
Mm.
Obviously, that's one of the most obvious statements I've ever made in my life.
Danny Dennis Sutton 465.
It's all right for him.
That's ticking a box. Here's George Gums. He looks very lanky. 466.
Just thought he looked quicker than that on tape.
Romello height 464. First run, second run 465.
Just very short. Like his legs are moving quicker. There's very short strides.
Here's someone who no one's talking about in the same vein as Ruben Bain. I see them compared sometimes on Twitter, but no one is going, why is Cassius Howe being drafted in the first round? When his arms are even shorter than Bain's.
You see the tweet that came out about him today about his short arms. Like the shortest arm since '99 or something. For amongst edge rushers. And we had this. I think I said this over our very romantic McDonald's breakfast, mate, after the Super Bowl. But like, all his reductions come against tackles you probably won't see in the NFL. Like in the big games, he went missing a bit. I like him though. Like I see why people like him, but he's consistent.
I do think what's quite funny about the 40 is I don't learn a lot about the times. Their running technique you can see, and actually I do quite like just watching them run, because some of them are not going in a fucking straight line. which is
Yeah, I know.
really worrying.
You can see the ones that are smooth athletes, and
Mm,
quite often to me that projects the NFL quite well.
mm.
Good
Yeah,
10-yard split though for Hal.
yeah. This is a guy who doesn't run in a straight line. This guy who came to mind, Quantavious Hutchins. Just a weird running technique.
Yeah.
Um,
Another Marvin Jones Jr.
yeah, we need Marvin back in the league. It's nice to see him reincarnated.
I don't mind this one as well. But he doesn't offer great to the pass rush. I think he's more of a run defender.
Mm.
I should probably go get my other laptop actually, so I can have my notes on these people while I instead of just going off my head. So bear with me
Okay.
2 minutes. I'll go and grab it.
All right. Sounds good. Marvin Jones then of OU, 474 in the first run, is on his way. Weird get off. Janky. Very janky. 470 though. Got some people in the chat there talking about Zion Young. Yeah, I don't think he's a Lions guy. Attila says Laporte was at the Pistons game Monday night, so he's getting traded. It means he's invested in the team. Not necessarily the same thing. Terry thinks if you get a second round pick, you take it for Laporte. I kind of agree. Attila likes Charlie Kolar. Is that who we're talking about? No, not at the moment. And Ken saying I have difficulties in my mock staying at 17 and getting proper value at the spot, kind of like the 30th pick. Yeah, I know what you mean. 17 feels awkward as a draft spot. Here comes Jalek Kelly from UCF. 491 on the first run, and he did not get set. Got Mike McDonald in the booth. Contrabasson says Hawk trade all over again. I don't think I'd trade him for a third. It's not enough for me. Jalek Kelly, 488, improves by 300s. Nice run for him. Here's a guy who's very, very fast first run. Malachi Lawrence of UCF. 453 first up. And he's going again. Not happy with it. Really nice get off from Lawrence. Nice running technique, pumping those arms. 453 again. Very nice. 159 for Malachi Lawrence and 10-yard split. It's very impressive.
Yeah, he's been a riser. Oh, slightly older prospect, Malachi Lawrence, but he's got some fans.
Mm. Max Lawrence with horrible technique off the line. 481 he improves to, though.
He's got a great spin move. That's pretty much all I've got about him.
Trey Moore
He's
was very quick first run as well. He's back. 455 first run. Oh, so explosive out the blocks, Trey Moore. 454. Hell yeah. Looks like a very small player, though, Trey Moore.
He's a weird one, Trey Moore, because before the season they were going to move him to off-ball linebacker. Uh, then they obviously changed his mind, or changed their mind.
Hmm.
I think there's a bit of both from. I think
Trey
Overton's
Moore,
got to improve,
6'2",
really.
243. I thought he looked small. LT Overton. This is a big one for him. He's got to improve on 491. Nice get off. 487. Yeah, not convinced by that. I can't remember who I was watching, but I was watching a tackle go up against him, and he was giving them such trouble.
I do like it. I've still got him graded as a second rounder, and I can't see that changing. But
I think it was Monroe
if
Freeling I was watching him play against.
that makes sense. That's a bit of a not the best matchup for Freely in that really because of the strength that
Mm.
Overton's got. We just go straight through him, and that's one of Freeling's weaknesses is slight lack of anchor at the minute.
Yeah. Coming to the end of the 40s for the defensive lineman. Lisa saying 10-yard split is more important. I agree. Says also Overton needs to get the piano off his back. Yeah.
I'm sure someone can get a tune out of him.
If he was available at 50 and we hadn't taken an edge in round one, I can see it.
I think they'll like him, the Lions. He's good against the run.
Mason Reiger of Wisconsin, first run 479. Second run was a bit more pedestrian, 484.
It looked like a good get off though.
165, 10-yard split. Not bad.
Mm.
Not bad at all. Contra Passan says, good to see Poole EW live.
Well, you're only reading out the good ones, mate.
I do wonder how often we'll be able to get you on with your commitments. But
Yeah, I know it's true, but I'll get on as much as I can. I can promise that.
mm,
But I think I'm clear to be certainly around the first two nights of the draft,
cool.
and I'll try my best to get on in the meantime. It depends what time you record, really,
Um,
and then what I'm working. Like I know
yeah,
some nights it's 7:30, some nights it's 9. Like, but yeah, we have to play it by ear. But if
yeah,
I can
that's
get on,
fair.
I'll get on.
Cool. Yeah, I think it's midnight, night one, 11 o'clock, night two, and then day three from 4:30 p.m., something like that.
Yeah, day 3 might be a bit of a struggle, but I'll give it a go.
Mm,
The others should be fine because I'll be up watching it anyway.
fair. Right. The last guy who's going to go potentially high, R. Mason Thomas, 467 first run. Flying, 474 though. He got a bit upright in the last part of that run. 166 10-yard split, those good.
I was expecting a lot quicker. Again, like if anyone, now I'm sure everyone's listening has read my brilliant article about the combine, but um, no one should be going down in rankings just because of what they run, don't run, how they perform here. But I said it earlier in the Discord about Zane Durant at Penn State, slightly undersized 3 tech. I was really underwhelmed with his tape, but he has performed really well here today.
Mm.
So I will be going back and watching him, but I'm not just going to bump him up just because he had a good day running in shorts.
Yeah, it's definitely
Okay.
about just seeing something and going, okay, I need to check my tape again.
Absolutely.
Nadine Tucker with a 164 10-yard split.
Having said that, the one player that might be getting bumped down in my rankings a little bit because he's saying he's not doing anything here is Jamal McCoy out of Tennessee, and that's strictly because we haven't seen him do anything for a year and a half.
A long time.
it's a weird one with him because rumors were that he could have played for Tennessee end of the year from mid-November or something. Then he pulls out the Senior Bowl. He doesn't play for Tennessee. Pulls out the Senior Bowl, and then doesn't compete here. He said he's going to save it for his pro day, but I don't know, it is. I don't like the term red flag. Bit of a red flag.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's worrying, isn't it? It might be nothing, but it's not positive news. And
Absolutely not. But I've been saying when I do my rankings and I try and keep injury and stuff out of it as much as I can and off-field stuff because there's no way I can know the full extent of anything.
mm.
Um, but at this point, that you've done nothing football related in over a year, it's going to have to start knocking you a bit.
And if you
If
think
it's,
about what's happened to someone like Rakestraw, where you come off the back of that, and then maybe you get a season-ending injury quite early on in your rookie season, suddenly you're almost 3 years out of any serious football. That starts to get super worrying. It's not about like that we haven't seen you because you could come back and be fit, but it's the how long is it before you take another rep?
you're absolutely right, and it's an ACL for a corner. No guarantee he comes back the player he was.
Mm.
Today's medicine, you would think he'd be able to, but it's a shame because his 2024 cornerback tape is better than anything we've seen this year from any other corner.
I'm just going to go and get another drink. I'll see you in a sec.
I'll hold the fort. For those of you interested, I will be shortly after Combine starting to release my top 10 articles, top 10 at every position, and I'll probably be starting with what I consider to be line-centric needs. So I'll probably start with someone like edge, tackle, linebacker, tight ends, those sort of positions. But if there is a position group or a certain player you want me to have a look at, please do. I've put far too much of my time into this to not do it for anyone. So by all means, put names in the chat and or send them to me on Discord or wherever, and I'll have a go. I've got over 300 players I've watched so far for this draft. And as I say, I put far too much time into it, more time than I would like to admit, if I'm honest. More time than my wife likes to admit. But it's a passion of mine. So yeah, I'm happy to look at anyone. And Ash just put in Discord that Terry Arnold's name has surfaced in a Florida court order detailing the orchestration of armed robbery and kidnapping. Great. You seen what Ash has put in the Discord, Matt?
No.
I'm just briefly reading it out to everyone. Something to do with TA being linked with uh, armed robbery and kidnapping. Or
Oh.
his name has surfaced in Florida court detailing.
Oh. Okay.
And while you're gone, I was telling everyone that I will be releasing or starting to release my top 10 every position on the website after the combine.
Love it.
I'll probably start with like lines, what I consider lines needs. So I'll probably start at edge. I was writing my combine my quarterback one the other day, and I just got really bored because this quarterback class is awful. I was halfway through
Is
writing
number
about
10
Garrett.
even draftable?
I no is the answer.
That's
Off
an
the top of my head, I
ouch.
can't remember what my 10 is. Um, I'd argue maybe 6 onwards it isn't draftable.
Oh my god.
It- like, I mean, that's a lie. They've all got draftable grades for me, but although I try to take position out of it, I do wonder how much of that is just I know they're going to get drafted because they're quarterbacks.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna have a look at course facts now quickly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 goes down to Jalen Daniels at 195 on mock draft database, I think. 4,
he didn't
5,
make
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
he didn't make my top 10.
You have Altmaier in there?
Yeah, he's. I mean, I've joined it, so I've only written the top three, and number three for me is career backup. So I think that says everything.
I mean, is it Nussmeier, number
Mm.
3?
Yeah,
Pe-
it is
Pe-
not smart.
Peyton, number 4?
Yeah, and that was close to me. That was closer than I thought it was. There's some really nice things to like about Carl Payton,
Mm.
other than being a fellow left-hander.
Carson
Yeah, I think I've
Beck,
got,
5?
yeah, he's not in my top 10.
Oh,
I think he's
wow.
dreadful.
Wow.
I'm so low on Carson Beck.
Where have you
I
got
think
Club?
I've got.
Where have you got Klubnik?
I wish I could tell you, but now my work laptop is being as slow
Oh,
as my actual laptop as it loaded. But he's around so Mendoza, obviously, Simpson, obviously, Nussmeier, Payton, Ala Klubnik, 6, maybe 7.
Ala 5. Ooh. Mm.
He's got some tools. He's
Yeah.
got some things to like. For him, it's the argument of what's going on between his head and his natural talent.
Mm.
Like if you could combine him and Garrett Nussmeier, you'd have a bloody good quarterback.
Mm. Yeah, makes
Uh,
sense.
the way Nussmeier reads the field is superb. And he throws with more anticipation than anyone in this class, I think. Um, he just doesn't have the arm to do it. So he's like 6 foot nothing, and
Mm.
his arm is bang average.
Terry Perry asked me what I think of the Jets trading Jermaine Johnson, and then says the Las Vegas. I mean, it's from Las Vegas will take quarterback 1 overall. Yes, Vegas are taking quarterback at 1. Mendoza is going at 1. There's no doubt about that. I don't think. Jets trading Johnson. I really like Jermaine Johnson, but he's struggling to stay healthy. He's shown a little bit. He has some life in the tank, but he's a higher prospect than T'Vondre Sweat, who's done very well on a shit team. Who it was late 2 T'Vondre Sweat.
Something like that, mid to late 2, yeah.
I feel like both teams are coming out of that feeling like they're happy with the trade.
I think it's a really good trade for both parties.
Mhm.
If I don't like naming a winner of a trade, especially hours after it's happened. But out of the two players, I prefer Sweat. So by that logic, I think Jets have probably got the better deal.
Mhm.
Um, but it's exactly what they need after trading Quinham. Like, I do like what the Jets have done in terms of their off-field stuff. It's just, the actual playing of the football,
Mm.
which is their downfall in a minute.
David Bailey with a lot of slips there on that wave drill. Whereas the
A lot of
first guy was really good. Crawford? No, not Crawford. Can't remember the name of the bloody guy. Yeah, these are really, really nice drills to watch for defensive linemen, but there's no stats, is there?
No, this is all about your eye.
That was really good by Danny Dennis Sutton. I expect him to rise a little bit.
I think
Ooh.
he'll still go mid day 2.
Keldrick Fault, not particularly impressive with that.
It's He didn't run, did he?
No,
I'm not surprised.
that was better from Gums.
I know they could never do this, but I really wish they could put some stipulation in where if you accept your invite, you have to do all the drills.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
know they won't. Like agents will never settle for it, and all it takes is one player to get injured, and then
You would
you're off
just get
shit
people
creek.
not
But
going at all.
yeah, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I know I from a consumer standpoint, so I'd love to see smaller school guys get a go here. But I
Uh,
understand from a front office point of view why they want to. These are the guys that are going to spend the higher picks on, and they want as many data points as possible to ensure that that investment is worthy.
it was a nice rep by Marvin Jones.
I thought so. I haven't watched Kelly yet, but I know he's got some fans. Oh, that's not pretty.
He was quite slow.
He turned his hips too much for my liking. The whole point, as you say, to
Oh
oh,
my God, Malachi Lawrence almost put himself on his ass then.
I hate that sort of movement. I always think that like a ligament's gone or something. That was pretty smooth from Llewellyn.
Yeah. That looks a little slow from Lucas. That looked okay from Overton.
Wasn't the best angle to see it from, to be fair.
No. Here's the big
Um,
dog. Yeah, like that from TJ Parker. It's fluid.
yeah, look, it made that look easy.
That was nice by Ryger too.
He had a good shrine bowl.
Attila the Hun's favourite edge was Danny Dennis Sutton coming in. You and a few Penn State guys.
I like
Nadine,
Dennis Sutton.
yeah.
Uh, it, I watched um I watched him over the summer. I was really high on him, but he did have a bit of a down year. Couldn't really tell you why, but then you could say that about half the Penn State team. So
Brent DeWitt asking who's the best centre in the draft, says his friend says Logan Jones.
I still have Connor Liu as my top center. The things just it depends what you're looking for. Like Connor Liu's the most technically sound. Logan Jones would be up there for that. If you want like a bit of a mauler, which Lions tend to or seemingly tend to go for, you're looking probably at someone like Matt Golbin out of Michigan State. Um, it's not a great year for centers. Like you'll find some starters, um, but there's no one there that I'm like pounding the table for. Like, I'm higher on Golbin than most people, other than Mel Kiper apparently. So I'm clearly wrong. Um, but so I'm just watching Jack Campbell highlights and I'm getting a little bit excited.
Terry Perry says Peter Woods falls for me a lot in mock drafts. Would you take him at 17? Are you a fan of Peter Woods?
Yes, to put it bluntly, or in the short term, I there's some concerns there, but stuff that I can't comment on. Like there's a lot of people have commented his effort this year and things like that, but I can't say I've seen that. But then I haven't watched him properly yet. I've got a grade on him, mainly from summer. So I do need to rewatch him. But yes, like he's an athlete. potentially exactly what we need in that defensive line.
Where do you find your best tape when you're scouting?
Depends on the position. Like there's places all over. Like Caddies is a nice. I know something we've used a lot. Um, so Caddies tends to be my go-to. If I can't find it on there, I'll do an internet search, and then some positions you can get a good idea of from just watching the game,
Hmm.
watching the broadcast. You just got to train yourself to watch that player.
Yes.
So it's not fun.
No,
Um,
it is hard
but
sometimes, especially when they don't play in like a position that stays in the same place every time. So like watching defensive linemen is relatively easy. Most people stay. Sometimes they switch over sides, but you can kind of track that. But if they're a corner that travels or stuff like
yeah,
that, you're trying to work out which one
yeah,
of the 6 foot guys it is out there.
yeah. If you're lucky, they'll be wearing like really distinctive
Cleats or
cleats or
something, yeah.
something. Yeah, but yeah, I like watching like linebackers like that, linemen. It gives you a really good idea. DBs is harder.
Terry says Lou is injured. Question mark will come off injury. He could fall. I think him going. I think he's rumored to kind of go mid to late round 2 at the moment. I think that is meant to be a fall for him. I think he's kind of would have been late day 1, early day 2 pick potentially if he was fit.
In this class, probably, yeah.
Ken saying don't tell Brad about the injury. If Lou is there at 50, they will think about it. I'm not saying they'll go for it because but they will think about it.
Yeah, absolutely, it will. Uh, like he should be ready to go by the season.
Hmm.
Whether you want a rookie centre starting is because I don't think he's got guard flexibility. I
No,
think he's a centre only. So whether you want a rookie centre starting is another question.
wouldn't say no.
Uh, no,
But it's
I
the
would.
sort of pick where if we picked a centre at 50, I'd love to have our third round pick. Whereas if we picked edge, tackle, edge, pick 1, pick 2, I don't care that we don't have a third round pick. It's kind of fine. But, and I mean, you're saying, well, someone, I can't remember who it was because I was working, said in Discord, I can see us going safety in round 1, depending on who's there or whatever it is. And I'm like, okay, but you don't have a third round pick, so.
So it was. I mean, we had a few of us get me, Taib, a couple of us were having a little conversation about it. Um, I think I ended up saying I think the only positions that would truly surprise me were like quarterback, running back, and receiver.
Hmm.
I think the rest I could see, other than the specialists. And then
That was a really nice rep from Max Llewellyn on the 4 bag.
he's got some upside Llewellyn, but he's just dreadful against the run.
I don't see Anthony Lucas at all. I don't get it.
No, again, like some people were quite high on him, but I'm with you. I don't see anything with him. I think I've got like a round 6 grade on him. Like he can set a decent edge at times.
Ooh. TJ Parker with another slip. And another slip. The grass looks really dewy.
A lot of the DTs were slipping as well.
Oh, Mason Riger with a lovely rep. Oh, yeah. I liked that a lot. He's had a really, really nice day.
He's had a good pre-draft process so far. Tyreek Sapp's one I can see the Lions liking on day 3.
Fluid. I
I mean
didn't hate
that
that.
looked like a nice rep, but on tape there's absolutely no pass rush. But he's probably the best edge setter in the class.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, he's up there. Well, probably with someone like Falk, to be fair.
Attila saying we should get an extra comp pick for Kelvin Shepherd almost getting the Dolphins head coaching job. Yeah, that's how it works. Zion Young. Don't step on the bag, man.
This is someone that, according to Wisdom, the Lions were all over at Senior Bowl.
Which doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, I can see why they'd like him.
See where they like him, but I don't know. There's just enough buzz around the off-field stuff where I'm like, it just puts the Lions off. I know it does. So, like, I just want to overlook him.
Yeah, obviously, so for anyone who doesn't know, he was at Michigan State before, and he was one of the main protagonists in the uh, tunnel brawl, um, and he got reprimanded for that. And then he's had some law issues this year. Was it some driving DUI or something?
The DWI, I think it was. As opposed to DUI. I'm guessing DWI means driving with influence as opposed to under influence. I don't know what the difference is. Yeah,
Oh, come on, American friends, help us here.
the fight in the Michigan State Tunnel, he got a misdemeanor assault charge.
Yeah. But and listen, I don't know, obviously, but the Lions would know, or this is another good drill to watch for the edge rushers, the upright bags. I can't remember exactly what they called it. But the Lions would know that before the Senior Bowl, and they're either okay with it or they're trying to find out more about it.
Mm.
I think they can. He can probably explain away the brawl. It's
Yeah.
more the more recent stuff. Like he was like freshman year, I think. He was young and so on. And you could argue it shows passion for his team, his teammates. Like if you want to spin it, you can spin it. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Not that I like that sort of stuff, but I think it's a bit of a common misconception. Is that a word? That's
Yeah.
the word.
Yeah.
Um, that the Lions want like choir boys. It's all about how much they love football and are they a dickhead.
Yeah.
So if he can prove that he's not a dickhead, then I think he'll be in play. But there's just players that I prefer to him because he'll again Mel Kiper mocked him at 17 the other day, and I nearly spat out my food.
Someone who I think's had a poor day is Keldrick Folk. I think he's outright poor. I've seen him mocked to the Lions a few times now, and I haven't watched him yet on tape, but whelmed.
They played him a lot at 4i this year, Auburn. Um, I think it's a bit wider out.
TJ Parker was just exceptional on this pass rush drill, and so was Mason Reiger as well. Turning the corner on a dime. Good from Tyreek Sapp as well. Oh, Natane Tucker almost put a guy on his ass.
He'll, I know a lot of people like him as well.
I think he's had a nice day. That was good from Zion Young.
Yeah, he's got the power in his hands there.
6.5 sacks is career high this year. Mm. Attila asking whether Mason was the one who had 6 knee surgeries. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Mason
Really?
Reiger, I think it was. And I'll be honest, that was news to me when I found out.
Oh,
I
wow.
can't remember who told me. I think it might have been Ryan in the chat. in the
Okay.
Discord. I'll see if I can find
Oh
it.
my
But yeah,
God, that's horrifying.
that he was told he transferred to Wisconsin because wherever he was before, I want to say Houston. It might not be Houston. Basically told him to medically retire. Um,
So Draft Buzz has him 191 overall, sixth round.
it was Louisville who was that before. He missed all of the 24 season. Um, yeah, I think he's had 5 or 6 like, ACLs or something like that. Not all ACLs. That would fuck you up.
Interesting on Draft Buzz saying, after spending a lot of time with this film, the conviction here is that this is a legitimate edge rusher with some clear guardrails on his projection. The pass rush ability is real. First step and closing burst are uncommon. Inside spin move is a weapon. That's quite complimentary for a sixth round pick.
Yeah, I don't remember really seeing a spin move, but they probably watched a lot more of him than I have. I've watched like 2 games because Wisconsin and it's not a fun team to watch.
Would love to see him in the
It,
sixth, fifth. That'd be great.
there's a few you're going to get later on, like Nadame Taka from Central Michigan. I mean, he is going to be like a 26-year-old rookie. Um, but as a DPR,
We need one.
I
We
think we
really need
need
one.
one. I think we need one.
Many thanks
Whether
to Brent DeWitt for the 5 gifted memberships, by the way. Cheers, Brent.
whether the Lions front office, coach and staff agree that we need one, I suppose we're going to find out.
Ending a drive on third down has got to be something on their mind.
The number of times we got teams into third and long, and then they just converted. It was heartbreaking.
Yeah. Because we turned, oh my God, Al-Qadim Mohammed into basically a DPR last year. He very rarely played first and second down, so he only came on third down, mostly third and long. Got loads of sacks. Strange that.
When you're fresh.
Yeah, like, this is what I don't really understand. Al-Qadim Mohammed is not a designated pass rusher, really, but he played the role and was very productive. And I guess in some ways he's not a DPR, but he can play a bit of the run, so only playing him on third down and he's not going to be a liability against the run. In some ways is very Lionsy.
Yeah. So that's why I've got no issue with us going someone like Falk, although again, it's not going to be my pick. I think you get the best of both worlds in someone like Parker if we're going edge. And then what? Obviously, my dream would be for 16 teams to be absolute idiots and let Bain fall to us. Well, it's actually only 15 teams because the Jets have got 2 picks.
Yeah, they're just going to be stupid twice. Ken Stouder says that Warren Sapp is apparently Tyreek Sapp's dad. Sure, if you say so.
Why not?
Attila says Anthony Richardson for a 6th round pick. Probably lighting it on fire, but I really like Richardson.
I think there are worse ways to light your 6th round pick on fire, but you can't be trusted as a number 2. You can't at the minute you can't be trusted to come in and win a game or even manage a game. So therefore, you probably need to carry 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Then you're spurring a roster spot then.
And Vincent Anthony has had a really impressive day.
I knew he was long, but he just so long. Well, that's a good rep of Bailey. That's a very good rep.
Crawford was okay too then.
He's another one that's got some fans, and I don't see it personally. I don't think he's bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I've, I've seen him as like early second round picks for people, and I'm like, oh, I don't see that.
Yeah, no,
Good,
that's
good,
insane.
good rep by Dennis Sutton.
Folk again with another
Oh
weird
no!
rap.
Oh,
I don't
that
suspect this will impact his evaluation at all, but just doesn't look good.
he, as I said before, he nothing that position should automatically knock or raise a player up. But yeah, that didn't look good. Like he could have put some of his doubters to rest today with a good showing, and it hasn't put it in at all.
Whereas Cassius Howe, that was violent and technical.
Mm.
Oh, Quintavious Hutchins almost gone. Ken saying, "Will this news about Arnold kill his contract? How does this work out?" Shaking my head. I Arnold is not involved.
Telling the orchestration of an armed robbery kidnapping, which was allegedly in retaliation for a pair of thefts. Arnold and his friends. Oh, the tweet it off. Hang on, open it up. Arnold and his friends decided to take matters into their own hands, Judge Murphy said. I mean, that it doesn't sound good.
No. So apparently, Arnold was a victim of two robberies in which thieves stole high-end bags, guns, jewelry, a cell phone, and $100,000 in cash. According to a police report filed by Terry and Arnold, the court said he hired a man to be his private driver to transport him and his friends from an Airbnb or to and from an Airbnb, and believes that that driver may have been involved in the burglaries. They decided to take things into their own hands.
So cornerback at 17 it is. Holy fuck, have you just seen what Rise put in the Discord? It's Sonny
Yes.
Styles is
Yeah.
40.
Yeah.
Not 40, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane. Sonny Styles 43 and a half. That
Just realised we haven't seen Gabe Backus, have we?
no.
That's a shame.
Oh, Brett with the extra piece at the end there.
Or there's a lot. Are they doing two groups of edges, or is this it? No,
No,
I
I
mean
think
no.
it is. I think it is two groups.
I haven't seen Joshua Josephs. Like, he's supposed to be a good athlete. I don't see. I don't know if Mikael Kamara was even invited. This is the drill you want to watch for edge rushers,
Yeah.
especially the speed rushers. Uh, this is the one people really expect Falk to struggle with, and judging by what he's done so far, there was effectively two parts of Falk's game that people didn't like. It was his get off, and it was his bend or lack of, and he didn't run, so he can't chest his get off. And We'll see if he does this.
Anthony Fitzpatrick is reveling in this. Bold is beautiful, it says. Don't tell him, though.
I mean, they're all related.
Oh, yeah, Bailey. Yeah. Carried so much speed. Oh, that was good from Crawford.
He dropped the second one a bit, but yeah, it was a good. Where do I have him? Crawford. Oh, I'm well down on Crawford. I've got a high seventh pick on him.
Yeah. Danny Dennis Sutton with a good rep. Keldrick Folk.
There we go.
Yeah, that was much better than anything he's done today.
I thought the first one looked a bit stiff, but he seems to get going into the second two. It looked a lot better.
Really good from George Gums as well.
So he looked faster then than when he was running his 40.
Yeah, he did. I do wonder about Romello height and who ends up taking that plunge because he's so much lower than I think he could be.
This should be a good one for Hal.
Couldn't place him though, could he?
Oh, it's just T-Rex arms, isn't it? But the ankles look good. Like the lower half look good. But you're right.
Marvin Jones showing a bit of stiffness there, I think.
Yeah, Marvin Jones is like pass rushing is not his forte. What have I got about Jones? So I've got like an early-ish sixth on him.
Okay.
Uh, I've got decent get off and passing down, sets a decent edge, flashes and pop in his hands, lacks any real pass rush arsenal, and gets stuck on blocks far too much. So yeah, good and the bad.
Yeah, Llewellyn carrying a lot of speed through that, like that.
But he's not even trying to put him down.
No, he didn't get down very high, very low.
Just drop them from knee height.
Nice technique by Overton.
That was right. Right.
TJ Parker getting so low. It's the bends you want to see.
Oh, I try so hard not to like fall in love with players based on the combine. Especially because half the time I'm moaning about people that do, but that was smooth. That was good from Riga.
Riga, yeah.
I want to say Riga. My knowledge of German says that's Riga.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's the one, maybe, considering he's had the injuries, maybe can rise some of the most of the good performance here just because what's the difference between a 6th round pick and a 4th round pick? Zion Young does not look like a guy. Does not look like a guy that people want him to be for me.
No, I'm with you.
Just a bit stiff.
And to be fair, that's what showed on his tape. Like his pass rush wins often came inside or just ball rushes.
Mm.
So this just goes to show, like, I mean, if you were watching just this combine, you would say that Mason Rygo is a much better player than Marvin Jones Jr.
Yes.
However, I've got them rated the same. It's exactly the same score.
Fair.
Now, obviously, this doesn't show their run defense, which I value quite highly, to be fair. But and this is why you've got to go back and watch people. So now I will go and watch another game or two of Ryger, with all that free time I've got, um, and to see if I see anything different. But
Mm.
43.5 inch vert, that's mad.
It's a nice rouse for Malachi Lawrence, 9.9.
I am going to be very annoyed though with Sonny Styles testing so well,
Yeah, but we knew he would.
because that faint dream that is there at 17.
What's the highest an off-ball linebacker has gone in the last 5 years? Is it Parsons? Who was a different
Oh,
cat? Hmm?
slightly different position. Like I think there was always an inkling he could go to edge.
Mm. We talked about it during the draft, for sure.
Devin White, that's probably a bit more than 5 years ago now.
Only a little bit, but
And I think Styles is much better than White.
oh yeah,
And I'm trying not to, because I liked White coming out. I'm trying not to use recency bias and what he has or hasn't done in the league as a barometer, but as prospects, they are much higher. Spoiler alert for everyone: Styles is my highest graded player in this class. I just don't think there's anything he doesn't do well. Now I understand positional value, but I try and keep that out my grades, and I understand he's not going to go one overall. He probably won't even go top five.
yeah, it could do. Oh, my internet has decided to stop working because I tried to load drafthistory.com. Jalon Walker, not really the same position.
It's more of an edge. The outside
15
linebacker
he
profile.
was. Year before, Edgar and Cooper, 45. Year before, Jack Campbell, 18. Year before, Quay Walker at 22. Zaven Collins at 16. Isaiah Simmons at 8. Not really the same position, but not
Well, I think
dissimilar, I guess.
the thing with him is no one really knew what position he was, and I think that was half the issue.
There's Devin White at 5.
Roquan can't have been much before that.
Yeah, the year before that, 8. It's been a while since we've had a linebacker drafted that high. Jack Campbell is the one that comes to mind for me as highly drafted linebackers in recent times.
This is a great linebacker class. I could sit for ages and just wax lyrical about this linebacker class. I'm not going to because people want to talk about edges because they're on telly. But if we're still going when the linebackers are on, I'm going to be doing a lot of talking, I'm afraid. It's my favourite position.
Crawford, impressive.
Yeah, height, as you said, one I really don't know what to do with.
Why?
Just because he is very undersized or lanky, 6'2.5", whatever he is, isn't too bad. He's worse against the run than Bailey is, and Bailey gets knocked a lot for that. And he's just not that experienced at the position. Like there's upside there. No, I'm not particularly. I don't know what to do with him. I go back and forth on it all the time. Oh, Lion Scout there.
Question for you, Paul, from the chat from Lisa. Would you re-sign Anzalone?
Well, I hate to be this guy, but it depends on the money. Like, would I want Anzalone on our defense? Absolutely, absolutely. Um,
What's your limit for him?
so I'm not great on cap stuff. Um, so my thinking is what would it cost to replace him? Because
Mm.
let's be clear, we do not have that player on the roster. So we either draft one, and that we're not getting Styles, as we've already discussed. So we pick one at 50. If from in my eyes, if you want to replace him with for like talent, I think you could find stuff on you don't have a third round pick, round four, unlikely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then to find one in free agency, well, you might as well just pay him.
Mm.
It's going to be about the same amount. So yes, I would like him back. However, I think someone like the Jets could just be sitting there going, Alex, whatever the Lions are paying you, we'll pay you 2 mil more.
Grandice are asking whether you met the requirements to be a host. Yes,
I turned
Grandizer.
I turned it up.
Ken's saying his favourite late picks in the draft are Jack Kelly, BYU, and Sam Roush, tight ends.
Everything I've seen, I'm not sure how late Sam Roush is going to go now, but yes, I do like Sam Roush. I've seen some people suggesting late day two for him.
Mm.
I don't see that. He's still a day three prospect firmly for me. Um, who's the other one? Jack Kelly.
Yeah.
I like Jack Kelly. I know Ant's a big fan of Kelly.
Oh, Danny. Don't drop that ball, lad. I know edge players are not really catchers, but
But somehow that was Falk's best rep of the day.
yeah. Ken says, I love Anzalone, but I think it's time to move on. I disagree. And considering he understands the verbiage, he understands what we're trying to do here, he's worth more to us than he is to other people. And him being, visibly disgruntled, I don't hate, and I don't think his fellow teammates are going to dislike him for it. But, you're not paying him 10 mil a year. There's a limit somewhere, so it's just going to make sense for both sides. If it does, it's a business. Who cares?
So yeah, I don't think it's time to move on. I think we might be forced to move on,
Mm.
and then you've got to replace him because Derek Barnes can't do that job.
Mm. Did you see who it was announced the quarterbacks were going to be for the combine?
I've seen the list, but I looked past it very quickly.
I don't even mean the quarterbacks who are invited. I mean the quarterbacks
Oh
throwing.
no, go on. Who is it?
Um, I was only asking because I didn't know whether you'd seen it. I now actually have to
Oh,
look it up.
sorry.
No, it's my
Okay.
fault. One of the guys was I think he was a Canadian guy who got drafted a couple of years ago, and I can't remember his name. Where did I find this? I think it was in the Draft Network.
Oh, I know the one you mean. Wasn't like Rourke or something, was it?
I mean, that is definitely a Canadian who got drafted. That's not. I'm going to ask in there.
Like, I really don't see the point in LT Overton doing this drill.
No, yeah, they're not defending in space. Unless you're TJ Parker, he gets dropped into coverage.
Shouldn't do. But
He
right,
looked good doing it.
Riger might. He's a sort of might play that outside linebacker in like a 3-4.
Nice catch.
You can tell the ones that have played in space in their college career at some point, or played a bit of off ball anyway, because there's little Tyreek Sapp looked like he's never caught a ball in his life. Tucker's one that we want to do well there because I don't think he can play a proper edge. That it's not the best way of putting it, but like a 4-3 edge, but he's definitely more of an outside linebacker type.
Mm. Oh, that was a good rep.
Yeah, he was. I need Ash to tell me who that Lion scout is.
And
Running,
got the
drill.
guy I was trying to think of in the chat, Taylor Elgesma.
Oh yeah,
I am not singing the Gridiron Fight song, Grandizer. Every single stream, man.
you don't ask, you don't get.
Brent says, late round dark horse for me is Mike Washington from Arkansas. Monty Clone, faster, better hands, part protection needs work. He is going
Day two.
late day 2, yeah.
He's some people's RB2.
Yeah, I think he's... I've seen most people having RB3, but he's up there.
Yeah.
Oh, Sonny Styles, that broad jump is filthy.
That was 11-2.
Oh.
Oh no, I'm gonna be so upset when he.
It goes top 5.
I mean, honestly, right now,
Is he going to go
I've
ahead
got,
of Downs? Because not everyone, because you don't, but a lot of people think Downs is the best player in the draft.
I think that's gonna come down to what you and your defense um, values more, the safety of the linebacker.
Oh, I don't know about you, and I know it's stupid, but I do like my edge players to have good hands because sometimes if they get up into that passing lane, a ball pops up. When you snag that, it's a big difference.
I mean, we've seen Hutch do it, and it just shows hand-eye coordination,
Mm.
which is important for edge rushers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, where have I got Mike Washington? Let's have a look. But I like Washington. Um, quite an upright runner. So yeah, he's my RB3.
Mm.
At any time you've got a 228 pound back that is clocked at over 20 mile an hour. Well, I'm interested.
Ant has just said trade up with a future first to get Styles in the chat. In Discord.
I mean, I would love it, but
Can you imagine having 3 ones invested in your linebacker core? Oh, if it
uh,
works.
yeah. I mean, I struggle to think of the all-time great defenses um, that haven't had like an elite linebacker, but we've already got that. Do you like? I like Styles more. He's not many people have got him as the best player in this draft,
Mm.
but that's quite a good rep. Somehow, um, there'd be a great deal of the fan base that would take that,
Oh.
and I could see their point.
Mm.
I'm not a big trade up guy anyway. I'm always a trade down guy, give them more picks.
I am often a trade down guy. I think the trade up for JMO has to be viewed through the lens of the value for the trade.
That was daylight robbery.
It was insanely good.
And obviously not that we would have picked the same player if we stayed at 32. But when you then compare the arcs of the players' careers and
Yeah,
like,
32 and 46 and 78 for 12
well,
and 66 or something like that.
something like that, yeah.
And
So
yeah, the Vikings don't have any of those players anymore.
no, I feel so I quite like Lewis Dean, but obviously injury. I think he got playing in London.
Are you a fan of Andrew Booth as well?
I was not a fan of Andrew Booth.
I think he was a pick at 46.
I think you
Oh,
might be right.
Riger eventually pulled that one in.
Tyreek Sapp just looks like a very well built man.
Is he a DT?
No, he does play some like 4i. But no, he is an edge.
Okay. The other quarterback throwing is a what a lot of people hope is a career backup who was drafted out of Florida.
Anthony Richardson.
No, the previous one who was drafted out of Florida.
Oh, Carl Trask.
Mm-hmm. Not a bad duo to be throwing here, Trask and El Guzma.
So I've got a note here on my Tyreek Sapp that he was occasionally dropped into coverage
What?
at at 276 pounds.
he? I'm surprised he's only 276 pounds.
I don't know what that was what he was listed as coming into the year. Let me have a look. I think the Draft Network have been tweeting out all the measurements.
Tyreek Sapp, 6'2", 273.
223.
32-inch arms.
I'm surprised that he's only 6'2" as well. I mean,
He looks tall.
he was listed at 6'3", and I understand colleges often add an inch or two.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could get away with that.
It all counts.
But one of my notes here is uses length well to stack and shed. When he, at 6'2" and 32-inch arms, don't have much length. I
No.
mean, compared to someone like me, yes, but compared to other NFL edge rushers, no.
Yeah. Ant thinks I've missed out Graham Mertz from Florida. Mertz isn't fit to lick Trask's boots, though, is he?
I mean, you say Trask was drafted with the views of being a backup. Wasn't he taking like the second round?
Second round. Well, no, I'm saying people now are hoping he's going to be a career backup. No one's thinking he's going to
Well,
be a starter, but people still, I think, hope he's going to be a capable backup.
with you. With you.
Lisa Doranza saying heard that the Lions had a meeting with Tyreek Sapp. One of the first hits when you search for Tyreek Sapp Combine is the fact that he said he would love to play for the Lions. But I think these guys would love to play for a lot of fucking teams.
They're not going to say, nah, you're right.
Yeah, no, I don't really want to play for Seattle, you know?
Yeah. So
It's like, there's no way I'm going to play for that team.
I understand the appeal of seeing who's interviewed with who, but I wouldn't read too much into it. Like
The
officially,
Lions have met with everyone.
like so especially up to things like the Senior Bowl, like it is scheduled into every player's schedule that they meet with every team, and here, either officially or unofficially, the Lions will meet with nearly all 320 players. So I wouldn't read too much into it. And a meeting, like just seeing Llewellyn go across the screen there, we can meet with Llewellyn and go, what was Jennings Dunker like to go against every day? So we could kick. I hope we didn't. Um, I'm also not a Dunker fan.
I don't know many people who are a Dunker fan.
Um, for me, he's definitely a guard, not a tackle. And even as a guard, I've got like a fourth round grade on him.
That's interesting from Brugler saying that he thinks Malachi Lawrence can go in the top 2 rounds.
I swear I've seen a mock where he went first in the first round.
Really? Wow. Mason
Came out
Ryger
of
looking
extra.
so good again.
His thing's going to be the injury in it. Like
I'll take him in the fourth. I don't care.
absolutely take a flyer on him. I was going to look for someone.
Oh, nice catch from Adame Tucker.
Who were we talking about a minute ago? Because I just bought a mock draft database to look for someone, and I can't remember who it was.
Not a clue. Zion Young is so stiff.
Yeah, so I'm really disappointed. Gabe Akers didn't hasn't worked out. He is there, isn't he? He's got to be there.
Tyreek Sapp, we were talking about. Is that who you were looking at?
Mate, yes, I was looking at Tariq's app. Let me do that before I get distracted again. I just want to see where he's on, because I've got a fourth round grade on him. 158. What's that, fifth? 158 by fifth round?
Okay.
Sounds about right. I've got a fourth round grade on him. Mason Ryger is currently 229th.
Well, that is a high 7.
I mean, our friend Marvin Jones Jr. is 430th.
That seems high.
430th.
Oh, I thought it was at 130th. Sorry, my bad.
Sorry, I was waiting for the punchline.
Sorry. Is that the number of yardage, amount of yards the wide receiver got in his final year with Detroit or something? I don't know. Why are the defensive linemen running wheel routes? David Bailey just pulled up there, kind of clutching his leg a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I have tuned out a little bit here. Like, I don't see why many of them would want to run this. Like, I'm assuming Messi hasn't run or done anything either.
No, I haven't seen Messi at all.
What, have you watched him yet?
I've seen some of Miami because I was watching some of the tackles go up against Miami, but no, not really.
I just want to know your thoughts because I am one of the ones that are, I won't say low on him. I think I'm where I should be on him. I'm seeing like this. He's a lock for the first round, and he's
I
been mocked to
no,
us at 17. I
not
say
not from what I've heard. Can't be.
no. I'm yeah. So Gabe Backus was is at the combine.
Okay.
I'm just I'm a bit annoyed he isn't unless he's got a nigger or something, I suppose.
I
Because
think I
he
think there's a
he
second group, isn't there? A second group?
oh how was pulled up.
Oh,
But normally this is done in alphabetical order, and we've got everything here right up to Williams. So unless they have just split them up randomly, I don't know.
I mean, this
We'll
is
find out.
Jones, Kelly, J.K.
I mean, I wouldn't expect Messi to run because I don't think he's a great athlete.
No, he doesn't seem like it. Nice tracking by Nigel Kelly.
People like him because he's got like 35-inch arms.
Very smooth by Malachi Lawrence. Oh, Max Llewellyn finishing it off in style. So nothing's changed for LT Overton, really.
But for well, most of these really, I just wanted to see the 10-yard split and then the hoop drill. And Overton was meh in both. That's a nice from Ryder.
Well, that's a ridiculous list of stats that Ant's just posted. Tyreek Sap with a snag.
Yeah, that is some. This goes to show how much of well, I just put it in there. Tyreek Sapp thighs are wider than my torso. And as I said, this is normally done in alphabetical order, and that
Yeah,
oh
where
god,
why?
and that's young. So
Oh wow.
yeah, that's like oh, you're going through it again.
That's harsh. Making Anthony run against they can finish on a catch. Oh, Anthony has had a good combine.
I think outside of the obvious like Bailey, I think Ryger was the one that really stood out to me there.
Mm.
He'll be one I'll be rewatching or watching more of, I should say.
Linebackers next. I might hang around for a bit and see how I feel. I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I'm happy to hang around for a bit.
Cool.
So, but whenever you want to call it, mate, call it.
Cool. Sounds good.
We'll see. His linebackers obviously a need for us, but I would argue it's probably not a need we can address and probably until day 3. Realistically,
Yeah, I think I agree.
I think we've got to go trenches early.
I can see them going corner, but edge and tackle seem to be like the biggest needs.
And this, I feel it'll become a lot clearer after free agency, obviously. But and it might seem a bit trivial at the minute, but we do need to see the severity of this Cherry and Arnold thing.
Yes. Ryan, I've loved Mason Riger today. Athletic, built like a geek god, productive in college, nice moustache.
That right there is scouting.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's meant to be Greek god, but I prefer geek god.
He does look a bit geeky. I like it. I'm here for it. Yeah, but with Riger, obviously, as we've discussed, it's all about the injuries.
Mm.
Can he convince teams he'll stay fit?
But at a certain level, I don't care about injuries. Take a flyer, set the pick on fire. If it flames out, it's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll be happy with him anyway on day. Well, probably after our 4th round pick, I'll be happy. But I think he'll be gone.
I have got an excellent stat about college basketball, and I don't even do college basketball, but I've seen it, so I shall post it. I can't be bothered to read it out because it's too long.
Oh, it is long, isn't it? They're making me read now. I'm reading this and I'm confused.
I'll read it out because, for the benefit of the chat, heading into the final day of the 25-26 Sunbelt Conference men's basketball regular season, a 7-way tie for first place is still in play. South Alabama, Troy, Appalachian State, and Marshall all enter Friday with 11-6 conference records, whilst Arkansas State, Coastal Carolina, and Texas State are all 10-7. App State is at Texas State on Friday, but none of the other 5 play in each other in the regular season final games. That means a 7-way tie will happen if all of the following happen. Bobcats beat the Mountaineers, Jags lose to Southern Miss, Trojans lose to Louisiana Monroe, Thundering Herd lose to Georgia Southern, Chanticleers beat James Madison, the Red Wolves beat Louisiana. No idea what the seeding would be in that scenario. Lisa asking about injuries and saying, do I feel the same way about Levi, Josh Pascal, or Breakstraw, which is one I haven't heard before, but I like it. I will say, all of those players are second round picks. And I'm talking about lighting a pick on fire in terms of injury on day 3. And I think that's a very different bag. Day 3 picks you can't even say are definitely going to be on the roster come cut down time. So in some ways, if they flame out because of injury, or if they don't make the roster because they're not good enough, that's fine. Second round picks is clearly a different animal.
We're at the point now. We should be at the point now where it's almost a surprise if a day 3 pick makes our roster.
Yeah, definitely. 4th rounders should. 5, 6, 7 is a bit more in trouble. I mean, and in our worst times, a fifth round pick didn't make it straight away. In fact, I think it was cut pretty quickly. It was a running back. Don't know if you remember that.
No, go on.
In our darkest times, Jason Huntley.
Huntley.
He got cut before cut down time.
Yeah, he was out the door quickly, wasn't he?
He was a fifth rounder. It's ridiculous.
Well, less said about those. A few years, the better.
Yes. Lisa says she's good with day 3. Fourth rounders, I don't really want to light on fire, but 5s and onwards is fine. Fourth comps, even then, are pretty low. Like, at that stage, you're picking based on traits without production, or you're picking on production but a lack of upside, or injuries, or completely untested players, or you're talking about, taking second tier players, who've done it in the FCS, who maybe just haven't had the fanfare. But there's always a reason why those guys are down there, and you're either getting them at a discount or you just get lucky.
That's it. It's really just throwing shit at a wall and see what sticks.
I will say that there are players that have dropped and you don't know why, and it's because of injury. And comes to mind is the guard from Kansas City, Aaron Banks.
Right, yeah.
And he dropped because of injury, and he was a all-pro pretty straight away. But that was just like blood clots or something like that.
Mahogany dropped because of injury.
But then you have a look at some players, and they don't drop in spite of injury concerns, like JOK, who did drop compared to where he should have gone, but he still went round 2, and he might be medically retired now. We don't know if he's coming back.
No. So there's another centre on the open market. The Commanders are releasing Tyler Biadasz. Biadasz?
Biadasz, yeah.
That sounds better, doesn't it?
I really, really liked Biadasz when he was at Dallas.
I really liked him when he was coming out of Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he's out of. But I mean, if you're getting cut by the Commanders, I don't know who else they've got lined up to take his spot. But
could just be a cattle casualty, though.
yeah, fair point.
If you're gonna get paid 2, 3, 4 million, I could live with it.
I've heard the one the Lions are going after will be Cade Mays.
Okay, if you want.
That was from Wiz's latest intel at the combine. So I take it for what it's worth. No one knows anything at this point. He's like a Glasgow level player, but just slightly different.
Yeah.
In terms, like he's bigger, he's stronger. He'll move people a bit more than Glasgow. But like in terms of it's not a long-term starter. He's younger as well.
Given that Decker's back, I would not be surprised to see the Lions go edge centre, 1-2, and just say, you know what, tackle's going to be a problem when it's a problem. If you just come out and say we wanted to fill the position, but with Taylor coming back, we'll see what happens. My
argument would be, I think it's still a problem.
It is
because we don't know what he's like. He's obviously feels good now, but as soon as the pads come on and people start running into him. How long is he going to last?
Well, he was okay last year for the majority of it.
I think he'll battle through it, and I think he'll play the vast majority of games. It's such a tricky place to be in because we need tackle. There's no guarantee we'll be picking anywhere near high enough to get a good one next year. And there's a couple of good ones I know of that will be coming out next year, but I haven't watched anywhere near enough to have an opinion on them. The likes of Jordan Seaton and I have watched Trevor Goodsby out of Texas because I thought it was coming out this year, but I'm 365 days ahead of myself here. So,
wow, Wow.
Lincolnshire. Yeah, I know.
Wow. Sonny Styles, take a fucking bow. Oh,
He can set some records here. 'Cause he can fly as well.
Ken Styles says PFF has Biadish rated 15%. For some reason, they have Tate Ratledge at 32 for the Lions. I guess that's projection, but Ratledge was far better than that as a guard.
I ideally would like to keep him at guard.
I would. But centre is a harder to play, more valuable position.
Absolutely.
Not in terms of how much they get paid, but they don't get paid much because it's a poorly played position. It's exactly the same problem as linebacker, where it's a very valuable position if they're good, but so few of them are good, they get paid shit overall as a class. If
Yeah, absolutely.
Ratledge converts guard to centre and plays as well as he did as a guard, as a centre, that is a massive win, but it's also a huge risk.
Yes. I think they need to make the decision, or at least I think they need to make the decision effectively now. Get him snapping all off season.
Mm.
Get him working with Goff on the exchanges and things. So at least you know when you hit training camp that side of things is okay, and you just got to worry about him mastering the protections and the mental side of the game.
Tyler Biadish was on the hook for 10.9 million this year. 8.1 of that was dead. They only saved 2.9 million with a cut.
I was about to say I understand why they cut him then, but now I really don't understand why they've cut him.
No, that's really weird. That is really, really weird.
But for 2 million, you might as well have a capable backup centre.
I don't know who they have as their other guy, but
I,
it doesn't make any sense to me. As a
I mean,
cap guy,
according to ESPN, they didn't have a backup centre, so um,
a posthum one cut will save them 8.3 million this year, but they'll then be on the hook for the remaining amount in 2027. So that'll be 5.4 next year. It's not play.
that makes no sense to me.
It only makes sense as a posthum one cut.
Hasn't been specified yet, has it? Whether it is or isn't.
No. Grand Eyes saying he wanted Cesar Ruiz at 17, Ezra Cleveland the second, Josh Jones in the third, and Biadish in the early fourth. That is a crazy amount of people to want in the trenches, but also Ruiz, fair enough, but Cleveland's yikes. People were saying that Ratledge is a guard, keep him at guard. I think Ratledge is a football player. I think he's proven himself at guard, and so it's very safe to keep him at guard, and he could be a guard who's very good for a very long time. That's all we know. I don't think anyone knows enough to say he's not a centre. He's just definitely a good guard.
So he was Georgia's backup centre when he played there. Doesn't necessarily mean much. Because although it's SEC, it's college, and hardly any of it is under centre. So just throw the ball between your legs and batter the guy in front of you, because so much of the protections are called from the sideline.
Yeah, that's fair.
But ultimately, as I am also in the camp of I'd like to keep him at guard. I think that's his better position. And I think centre is a more complex position,
Oh,
and
yeah.
therefore needs more experience. And I'm not against a rookie starting, but a rookie that has been a centre.
Ken just saying he doesn't believe that Bialish was cut. He went to injured reserve. I've just linked to you the tweet from Ian Rappaport saying they have released him. It could be with injury designation, and Ken, you have just put in the chat saying that he suffered a knee and ankle injury in week 17. No indications of immediate surgery required. It could, I guess, be with a failed physical, which is not the same as going to IR. You're just being cut and you'll probably revert to IR, but Grand Eyes are pointing out or asking a question I think he knows the answer to, which is, did the Commanders change offensive scheme / new OC? Yes, they did. Actually don't know who the new OC is, but
It's David Blau, isn't it?
it is David Blau. I can't imagine Blau would have strong enough feelings about his scheme to want to get rid of players, but
He's he's been around enough different schemes to. I mean, we don't know what his scheme is. Like as a player, he was very much a pocket passer and West Coasty type. But he's now been working under. So he's worked under Ben, or he's played under Ben.
yeah.
He's worked under Kingsbury, so he's got a wealth of knowledge to choose from, and I think he'll do well.
Rich says, I have the feeling Lions are going to switch Rattler to centre and sign a mid-level OG in free agency. Rich, if Rattler switched to centre, I think that their number one thing will be having Fraser play guard, and they'll sign a backup guard in free agency or retain Glasgow to be your swing guard.
I wouldn't rule them out drafting one either.
No, but if they do move
well.
Rattler to centre, it allows them to play Mahogany and Fraser, and you need to be young somewhere, given all that we've paid for lots of different positions.
Yeah. Yeah, and that sort of goes to my one argument against taking a tackle high this year with Decker coming back, is that we need to be cheap in places, and although a backup tackle at first round price is still relatively cheap if they're good, I still think you need cheap contributors.
Yeah.
And ideally, if we draft a tackle, we won't be contributing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd like us to go edge first round. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's anything really.
Ant just said, a complete novice at centre and untested 6th round pick at left guard playing next to a beaten up left tackle. How fun. I agree. I'm just saying I can see the Lions do it. I'm not saying it's going to be fun. I'm not saying it's going to be good. I'm just saying that if you are paying Sewell, and now Decker is staying, Goff an insane amount of money, Amon-Ra, JMO, you have to pay Branch, Laporta, Gibbs, Campbell. It's on the record that the general manager wants to pay all four. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. The amount of money thins quite quickly. You have to not pay someone somewhere, and rookie contract's the easiest way of doing it, and you have drafted all three of those guys with the intention of either having them being your primary backup or your starter. And at this point, if not now, when it just sucks, it's not a good plan. There's just not a better one, I don't think. Here come the linebackers for the 40-yard dash. Caleb Elarms Orr with a 4.47 to start us off. Very nice.
Yeah, bit of a coverage guy, Elarms Orr, from what I've watched of him. I do have a grade on him somewhere. 5th round grade I've got on him.
Jake Golday from Cincinnati.
he's got a lot of fans go there. His usage at Cincinnati was just odd for a guy of his size.
Hmm.
They used him like Pitt used Carl Lewis in was in the slot.
Oh, great get off. Rapid.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, 4-6. Look
he's a
faster
he's
than
a
that.
he's a pretty good linear athlete. I have questions about his change of direction.
Oh, and Heineke from OU.
I think he'll be fast, but he's basically a safety at that size.
Yes. 6'1.5", 227.
He plays middle linebacker as well. Like he didn't even play um like in the Carl Lewis type role.
Grandad says, Poole, that is why I'm one of those top 10 lifts of, in this case, top 10 tackles in day 3 to draft players to develop per se. If you want top 10 lists, Poole is dropping top 10 lists after the combine.
Or that top 10 list of day 3 tackles.
Well, good luck with that one.
Okay, I like a challenge. Ah, bollocks.
I shouldn't have said it.
No, I'll have a look now.
Heineke on the way. 4.62.
Oh,
Look good doing it. In a minute will be Justin Jefferson running. That'll be fun. Anthony Hill Jr. first from Texas. Lisa says, cut Sawsdell, Glasgow, and Decker and draft a tackle, and for Christ's sake, get a decent free agent centre, preferably Linderbaum, as Hill runs a 4.59.
I thought he might go quicker.
Sawsdell, I think, should be gone. Glasgow and Decker, I'm probably reluctantly keeping both, and I'm not signing a high-priced offensive lineman. She also says cut Manu. I think that's coming.
Yeah, agreed. I can't see it not.
If he doesn't show any development in year 3, you're running out of time. Justin Jefferson of Alabama, then 6'3", 223. And again, another center type build. Safety type build.
Who was it that requested the day 3 tackles?
Grandizer, who is maybe
Grandizer.
he's a Dolphins fan, but he gets around all
Yeah,
of the
I've seen him in the chat a lot.
He's an
He's now
active member.
he's now my mortal enemy. Um, I'm just having a look at things because I've got. Yeah, he's fine. Microsoft database has him as a day 3 pick as well. So I've got Emil Wagner as a day 3 pick. There's one right off the bat for you. Jude Bowery, Boston College. Trey Zune, one of Ant's favourites. A lot of experience. Some people think he's a tackle, but he is a confirmed 6'6". So some people think he's a centre.
Hmm.
I watched this guy out of UCLA, Aruba Unije, just because I saw that the Lions had met with him
Hmm.
for a round 7 guy. Got good feet,
Hmm.
picks up blitzes well, but he's got no anchor and shit grip strength. But
That's not ideal for a center in this league.
no, uh, I mentioned earlier that I was on the same page as Mel Kiper about something, and this just
Wow,
reminded
wow.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I am very different on is that he has Alex Harkey as like his 7th rated guard.
What? He's not a draftable prospect.
So as a tackle, definitely not. He's definitely a guard.
He's not a
But
draftable
even,
prospect,
but
regardless.
even as a guard, I've got a priority UDFA grade on him. And for anyone who doesn't know, I am an Oregon fan, um, and I strongly dislike both of our tackles this year.
Yeah. Jack Kelly
Um,
about to run. There was a BYU Jack Kelly fan in the chat, so this is going to be fun to watch. Sorry.
he's a I think Jack Kelly could be great in the Derek Barnes role in our defense. He could. I don't want to tempt fate for him here, but I think he could fly. He looks really quick on tape.
Surprised they
Um,
let him go with that one.
4'6". He looked.
4-6 flat, yeah.
Uh, oh, here we go. My guy.
Kyle Louis. Let's see. This is the one. 5'11", 5'11", 7, 220. A light linebacker. Jacob Rodriguez coming up in 3. Arvell Reese coming up in 2. Sonny Styles coming up in 6. This is the business end of the linebackers.
Rodriguez will be interesting to see.
Hmm. Nice weight on the line for Kyle Louis, and he is going 4.57.
Man, I like him so much. I'd love
Yeah,
him. I'd love to pick him at 50. He's just not going to be there.
it is. He has had the biggest glow up of almost any player in the
Yeah,
draft. He was a 6th round pick 3 weeks ago.
it's 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 both gratifying and really irritating when someone you've been higher on than everyone, other than Ant, obviously.
Hmm.
Throughout the whole year, whole process, suddenly starts blowing up, and
I mean, this is
you
why
you
we need to
realise
start doing draft content throughout the year.
absolutely, and that's what I'll be aiming to do. I'll um I'll probably be starting my early 27 draft stuff probably before this draft. Like I'll get to like a week out and I'll start
Hmm.
putting together my list. I've got I've already got on my spreadsheet here a 2027 tab, and granted mainly through players who have not who decided to go back to school this year. I've got 80 grades on players already.
That's insane.
God, I know.
It
I
goes,
need to get some.
oh, I'm sorry.
I need to get some friends really.
No, that's no fun. Arvell Reese, presumptive top 5 pick from Ohio State,
Aussies. Oh,
and he gets false started. Question in the chat about who we think the Cleveland Browns are going to take. Presumably, you mean at 6, I imagine. Um,
so there was a rumor in the Discord the other day that they've been calling around about receivers, which would make me think they are going offensive line in the draft.
I mean, they have no starting offensive lineman, so if they
So
don't go offensive line, I'd be shocked. And if Marigoa goes earlier than 6, then Fano makes sense.
yeah, they could be a team like because they're not going to be good for years ever. Um,
So
sorry,
Fano,
Brett, if you watched it.
Fano outside bet, Vega Ione.
Oh, I love Irani.
Oh, Arnie, that's one. Arvo Reese finally gets away, and 4.53, but look like he's falling
Didn't
every
the
step.
smoothest run.
No,
I'd like to know what his 10-yard split is because obviously some people see him as an edge. They're not going to show it. Um, so Rodriguez obviously very productive this year, but one of the biggest weaknesses of his game, or that people may think is a weakness of his game is his athleticism. So he doesn't need to be quick here, he just needs to not be slow
Mm.
because he's a linebacker that makes plays, and that's valuable.
He definitely gives off Rodrigo vibes. And given he's Rodriguez, that makes sense. Replacing Malcolm Rodriguez with Jacob Rodriguez would be quite funny.
Well, absolutely fine. 4-6-1.
Seth Kraft says, I'm a diehard Browns fan. Personally, I think we should trade back from 6 and add assets for next year's draft, which is actually loaded. Much love from Ohio. Appreciate you, Seth. Thanks for tuning in, man. During the draft, we'll be live during all 3 days. We'll have a Browns guy on. We've got a great Browns guy in our Discord who is from the UK, and he's absolutely excellent, Brett. I feel for the Browns just because their front office have fucked that team, and I don't understand how they're still there. The thing is, if Deshaun Watson was a top 5 quarterback, they'd be in exactly the same place. And that's the worst thing about what they did, is it was doomed to fail in spite of what's happened. Lisa says, it's the moustache, Matthew. I agree. That's the Rodrigo trait. Anyway.
I think everyone wants to trade back from outside of Vegas in that top 10.
But I mean, what you get into trade out of 6, like you might get a 2 to trade down like 10 picks, maybe. Maybe it's an outside bet though.
Yeah, it's not very few blue chippers.
You're going to get teams who believe in drafting football players wanting to trade up for the blue chip players that exist at low value positions.
It's tricky because then the bulk of this class is in the middle rounds.
Yeah,
No,
you don't want to give up those picks.
No, I've got like 35 second round grades, 57 third round grades, 54 fourth round grades. It's just all in that middle bit.
Yeah, if you've got like 4 fourth round picks, you're fucking laughing.
Mm.
Just going to get value after value after value after value.
Right.
Here comes Sonny. Here's the one we've all been waiting for tonight. This is for the 10 rounds card. Contrabassan saying Brad could trade up to 6 with Cleveland, trading next year's 1 for Sonny Styles. Maybe.
I can see him doing something like that.
Maybe.
Not the best getaway.
Oh my god, so quick. 449.
Jesus.
I think Ryan said he needs to get into 4-4 for the 10 Raz card.
So that they bring up a comp with Calvin Johnson in terms of athleticism.
He's heavier than Calvin as well. I think the Stars can go faster than that.
The start didn't look great to me. Oh. Every year I come into the combine going, it doesn't really matter, the combine in general, right? And I do genuinely believe that for people like us, I think it matters a great deal to the teams. No, because of interviews, but every year I come away going, just so impressed with these people. 449. It'll take me about 8 seconds trying 40 yards. In fact, it takes me 4 minutes and 49 seconds just to get out of bed. The bones to stop creaking.
Granddad says, Matthew, I do hope when Anna has Gerald, Huggins, and Dave on for their HBCU stream episode, hopefully Paul can join them. Don't know if you've done any HBCU stuff.
Outside of watching the Legacy Bowl, no. Um, but football's football, and I would absolutely love to. I've listened to obviously Gerald been on before, and he's incredible. Um, and by the way, if anyone hasn't watched the Legacy Bowl, I encourage you to go back and watch it. It was by far the most entertaining bowl game
Hmm.
this year. You can just tell that in it was such an even playing field. You can just tell that these players just gave it everything because it could well be their last game of football.
Yeah.
At the other bowl games, senior, shrine, even like the Hula and American, at the very least, most will go to like CFL and UFL, and then the shrine and senior, most will end up on a roster at least,
Hmm.
or on a
Practice squad.
practice squad or initial 90. But at this one, like a lot of it will be their last game of football, and you could tell
Hmm.
that they poured their hearts into it, and it was a fun game as well, really fun game. I wrote down quite a few names of players I will try and get to, but
It's hard to get into everyone. Seth Graff says, I live in Canton, Ohio. I'm going to be sending pictures from the draft. I'm only 2 hours from Pittsburgh. Seth, I'm jealous, man. Going to the draft in Detroit in 2024 is one of the coolest things I've ever done. I'd love to go to another one, but it's time and it's money. Stayed a long way out of town to pay a lot of money for not a lot, but food scene, excellent, fanfare, amazing. On a couple of viral videos, got on the news. It was a heck of a trip. I mean, Pittsburgh's a cool city, so I would love to go there. Lisa saying, some of us watched the Legacy Bowl with Anthony. Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Some two very good looking edge rushers in there as well. I think we'll see some of them get at least one HBCU player get drafted this year.
I hope so, just for the scene. You want to give them some hope.
Mm.
Everyone running slower so far, top three. Anthony Hill ran a 4.59 first time out.
That's more like it.
4.52.
Hill's an interesting one. He looks like a great straight line athlete, but again with him it's his change of direction.
Here's
He's
Jack
another one that
Kelly's 4.6 first one, 4.58. Very
he's
nice.
another he's another one that I think could be a decent Sam. Um, Anthony Hill. Um, but he said that in his interview, the Lions talked to him about playing Will, which worries me a little bit.
Contrapastan saying maybe going to the draft will be worth it. I loved it as an experience, but I'm a Brit, so maybe, just the novelty of actually flying to the States was part of it too. But Detroit's such a pretty city, and I know people take it for granted, but being on the water, and it was beautiful weather as well. Kyle Louis,
Improved slightly.
4.54.
Do you reckon they'll ever hold the draft over here or
No,
overseas in general?
no.
No. I reckon there's more chance of them doing that than holding the Super Bowl
I
anywhere else.
agree. It's like hosting, I don't know, the SummerSlam in London, which did happen in London, in somewhere in Britain. I don't know whether SummerSlam was actually in Britain, but they
Oh,
did host it here.
the thing is with the SummerSlam and things like that, there's multiple events like it throughout the year, whereas there's only one draft a year, one Super Bowl a year.
SummerSlam
Oh,
1992 in Wembley Stadium.
that long ago, was it?
They
Year of
did.
my birth, that.
You're so young.
I do not feel it.
No, me neither.
I,
Yeah, we're just about to hire another 18-year-old at work, and they were born in 2007.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not right.
Nah,
It's not right at all. Seth Craft says if the Browns were to offer the 24th pick for Jamison Williams, do you think the Lions would take it?
no,
Yeah, I think it's a fairly easy no from me as well. Two back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons where he isn't the primary receiver is pretty crazy, really. Like what he's doing when you have Gibbs being one of the primary receivers last year, Amon Ra obviously doing his thing. Had to go deal with Sam Laporta 2 years ago, only 6 games of this year. Um,
that's better from Reese as well.
yeah, that's more like it, 447. And obviously there are other pass catchers who are trying to weigh in that, realm as well. JMO getting two back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons is an incredible achievement. And he doesn't even look as good as he could be.
With a quarterback who apparently doesn't like to throw it deep.
And the thing is, because of JMO's speed, you could turn him into a gadget back if you wanted to. And we don't do any of that shit with him. We do not run him out of the backfield. We do not give him jet sweeps. We do none of that shit.
No. I
We
Ben
don't.
tried a couple of times, but
We don't make it easy for him though. We've
no.
asked him to take the hard road, and he's bloody well delivered.
He's got to do it by being a receiver.
Jacob
Or
Rodriguez 461
improves.
and 458. That's nice. Love to see that.
That'll help him. I've got second round grade on Rodriguez.
Right, three more doing the 40. Half past midnight here. Hope you're all doing well. In the chat, I'm sure it's a bit earlier and lighter where you
Oh
are.
no. Get him off my telly.
Why is an Ohio State defensive coordinator in the crowd?
A lot of college coaches. I mean, they had what's the TAMU head coach? Elko.
Yeah.
He was in the booth a while ago.
Yeah, but if he
Uh,
didn't take the ATV, how did he get there?
on one of his rockets he's built.
Maybe Malcolm Butler carried him there.
Oh god.
Xavier Sorry Jr. is going to run now, trying to beat a 4.64, and then Sonny Styles is going to finish off the class.
I'm surprised Sorry hasn't gone a bit quicker than that. He might do, yeah, obviously, but I thought he looked fairly explosive on tape.
That's a much better get off. Still slow, 4.64. Right, Sonny Styles then. He's got to beat 4.4 flat. Come on, let's do it.
I know I've already talked a lot about Sonny Styles, but I just can't see a world in which he busts. He's just so good. I've said it now, so record it, bookmark it. Wins out of the league in 3 years.
We have had an offer from Seth saying, well, guys, if you all ever decide to come here to Canton, Ohio, where the NFL Hall of Fame is, I'd love to show you all around. Got some outstanding restaurants in the area too. Sonny Styles is away.
Oh, he's gone quicker. Oh,
4.47 to go joint fastest of the linebacker group. I've just said to Seth in response, Canton's not far from Detroit. I'm going to do it at some point. I need to do it at some point. Going to the Hall of Fame would just be a cool thing to check off.
yeah. I want to get out to America at some point, and not to make this political, but I might wait until things have calmed down a bit out there.
You don't have to say that things are political to say that there's a fair amount of turmoil in the country right now. I don't think that's a controversial thing to say.
No,
Um,
I thought there's a lot of turmoil in the world, unfortunately.
I'm going to be there in October, and I am going to see a college game in Texas, but I don't know which team I'm
Oh,
going to watch. We haven't decided yet. It depends on the scheduling, but we're either going to see Texas, Texas Tech, or LSU.
oof. I mean,
Probably not.
LSU might be.
Yeah, so
I mean,
LSU's the
LSU,
one I want to go to, but it's the least likely because of the timing.
they could be. It could be fun next year. In October, you say you're going, so the coming season.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to be fun this year.
Hmm.
I don't like Lane Kiffin. I don't like the way he puts himself.
Well, no one likes Lane Kiffin, but the man wins.
But Sam Levitt, oh, I'm a big fan of Sam Levitt.
You think he could be a first rounder next year?
He would have been the first runner for me this year.
All right.
He's raw, don't get me wrong, but he's got such arm talent and can run on top of it. Like people are already penciling the Norris Sellers as a first round pick. Next for me, Levitt's better.
Fair. Fair. Ant is saying, what about UTEP? Unfortunately, I'm not going to El Paso, unfortunately. I'm also not going to San Antonio, so I can't see UTSA either. There's a lot of good teams in Texas. I could see Houston, but I think because we're starting and ending in Dallas, Fort Worth, and New Orleans, those are the two at the start and the end of this trip, which are kind of hard, but will be there. Whereas Texas Tech's in the middle. So, am I thinking Texas Tech, or am I being a fool?
I'm not going to sit here and pretend my geography knowledge of Texas is brilliant.
Is Texas Tech College Station, or am I going mad?
No, that's A&M.
Oh, I meant A&M then. I'm being an idiot. Texas Tech is ages away. Yeah, A&M's where we're likely going. Yeah, I got some family in Fort Worth, so gonna go and say hello to them.
Not sure what A&M are going to be like next year. They're losing so much talent,
Yeah,
but they also recruit incredibly well. So I'm sure they're losing nearly their entire offensive line.
that's a lot to give up. But in terms of an atmosphere in a stadium, all three are exceptional. A&M, Texas, LSU. So I kind of don't care. Oh, Ant says TCU's in Fort Worth. Huh.
Mm.
Rich Baldwin says, are either of you planning on attending the Lions game in Munich? Have you booked your hotel?
I will need to see when exactly it is first.
So
And
I've booked
what I'm
two
working.
hotels for consecutive weekends, depending on when people think it is. So, but
I might do that.
it depends whether we can get credentialed as to whether we get tickets. I think for the Royal Alliance guys, and I'm going to try and get tickets for everyone affiliated with us. But I get the feeling they might say, "Oh, you can't have any," or "You can have some, but you can only have two," or something like that, which will be tough to take.
Anything's better than nothing.
Mm.
Yes, it'd be great to get out there.
Mm.
Great for the podcast to get out there.
Mm.
I know obviously the Pride of Detroit guys will try and come over. I think the DLP guys are going to try and come over.
I'm relying on Jeremy potentially to get us an in terms of being credentialed, at least just for the game as like local. Because I guess we are local comparatively, but we're not really. I think there is a German podcast as well, so we can't even argue that we're the most local, but who cares? Seth also says, I need to come see Ohio State versus Michigan. I'm a Ohio State guy. Obviously, we have the best rivalry in football. I have seen that game. I saw the Michigan win over Ohio State, which was the first time in a decade that had happened, when Aiden Hutchinson shut the Buckeyes down. And that was quite satisfying, especially because it was a pretty fucking good Ohio State team. That one of the better quarterbacks as a rookie out of that team as well. It's going to be interesting to see how he does actually next year.
Sorry, who's that?
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, he's in a bit of a interesting position because after his rookie year, he has not been good.
But the Houston offensive line has been nothing.
I agree. But even when he has been protected and he has had time, he hasn't looked good to me. Whether
It's
that's
hard
because,
though when you're seeing ghosts,
yeah,
a little bit. Or you're feeling pressure when you don't need to because you don't have faith.
and that's it. Like Houston have just got to put a brick wall in front of him, but he's due now to be paid or coming up to being paid. I think he's going to year 4 for him.
Yes.
I'm assuming they're picking up the option. Are they picking up the option?
Yeah, you've got to, yeah.
Surely they must have, surely, or will do.
Stroud, yeah, he's had 3 years, picked on April 2023, second overall. So this is year 4. So CJ Stroud.
They've got to decide. They've got to decide now, or should have decided by now, to pick up his option. No,
got to decide by May 1st.
May 1st, right? Okay. Oh, the first sighting of Lander Barton. Apparently, teams have asked him to how he feel about playing tight end, which is always what you want to hear as a linebacker.
I mean, who gets paid more? They're both pretty shitty paid positions. At the high end, linebacker gets paid more, but only a couple of guys.
Oh, here's my guy.
Bryce Botticher. Looks a little bit clunky side to side.
He's not a great mover. I like him, obviously. Like he's a good leader. He's a decent tackler. I don't think he's going to be anything more than depth and like linebacker 4 on your roster.
Seth is on his way. Cheers, Seth. Appreciate you. Ken says, used to be Bama, Auburn. Also, the Cocktail Bowl, Georgia, Florida is usually a great rivalry. That said, go blue. Lisa says, Texas is in Austin, south of Dallas, Fort Worth. And Ken says, dang, I think I missed him. So I knew that Texas was in Austin. So our trip is effectively Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Houston, New Orleans.
I had a good rep by Aiden Fisher until the slip at the end. And listen, I am a very straight male, but he's a good looking man.
Oh, they're really putting Golday through his paces. That was nice. I liked that. Oh, Heineke, bit stiff.
Yeah, Kelly also looks a bit stiff through this. It's not really his game though.
Ken says he'll be driving a bunch. Texas is huge. So the 2 times we've been to America recently, we did San Francisco to Yosemite, Yosemite to the place just under San Francisco, basically going back to where we were. where the fish canning plants are, and the aquarium, but I can't remember the name of the fucking place, just south of San Francisco, and then driving down Route 1 to LA and then to Las Vegas, which was a heck of a trip. And then the most recent time, we did a road trip, which was a circle starting in Las Vegas, which was 1,000 miles. So we are used to long range driving trips in the States. And when we were in Arizona, we got caught in a massive snowstorm, huge snowstorm, and people were abandoning their cars. It was so bad. I don't know what we would have done. Rodriguez looking smooth, light on his feet,
Yeah, that was one of the better reps so far.
and got very close to the man throwing the ball there. Has still got it.
You don't get many players called Jimmy these days, do you?
Hey, Jimmy. That was not good.
No, I don't think he's a bigger player. Sorry for our Wolverines in the chat.
Ken says, when you're in Austin, go to 6th Street. It's a pedestrian-only road with mostly bars on both sides, like New Orleans. A lot of fun. I cannot wait to go to Austin. Cannot wait. Austin and New Orleans is going to be amazing. We're going to Lisbon in a month, so we've got that to focus on first. Very nice from Sonny Styles.
Tory and York. Someone I thought I'd be higher on. He's just small and limited athletically. But he reads the game well. He's a tricky one to place.
Yeah, unlike safety, though, linebacker, you do need some athleticism because it's so quick twitch.
Yeah, I think there's a reason you didn't see him run a 40.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
the 40-yard dash times got updated, and Sonny Styles and Arvel Reese got bumped up to 4:46.
that's incredible time. Now, I'm a bit lower on Arvel Reese than some. I want to be clear, I've still got a first round grade on him, but I haven't got a top first round grade on him. I think he's like my 10th overall player or something. Um, Mainly it's because as a linebacker, he's very good. He's not Sonny Styles. And then as an edge, he's very good. He's not Ruben Bain or Bailey. Um, Now, if to you, though, like the second best linebacker and third best edge, maybe fourth best edge, makes him the best player in the class, I get the value, but
Mm,
it can still only be one position on the field at a time.
yeah. If you don't know whether he's coming or dropping, that is a valuable thing. But
Absolutely, absolutely. But even some of his usage, especially when he was off ball at Ohio State this year was odd. Like they used him as a spy against quarterbacks that are absolutely statues. So I'm trying to think of an example now. Or it looked like he was spying. Maybe he was just holding a very shallow zone, but it's not a normal position.
mm,
Um, and now, why you only like? Do they not trust you to drop into a zone?
mm.
But when he did that earlier in the year, he looked fine at it. But so I've got some questions about Reese, and I will be lower on him than the consensus, I think.
Ken says the highway system in Texas is odd, like no other state. They build up. Some of the interchanges are so high, it's a bit scary. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not going to enjoy that.
I think a lot of things in Texas are like on any other state.
Hmm. I'm there for the food.
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to tap out at some point soon, I think.
yeah. I was thinking, just go to the hour, number 10.
Yeah.
I suppose last call for any questions then, and then
Yeah. Yeah. Canvassing for some questions, everybody. Get him in now. We'll be here for another 10.
I'm assuming Howard Perkins obviously isn't doing anything today then. Again, is he there? I'm assuming he's there.
I presume he's there.
I
You'd
think
have to think so.
feels ages ago that I looked at that list. But I don't see Smooth from Fisher.
Just seeing him now. Yep. Like that. Resurrection Season says you're here. TA's going to jail. We've heard the news about TA, but I have no indication he's going to jail or he hasn't been arrested. Buckeye and MI says, nice 40 for both Styles and Reese. Everything else has been more impressive for at least Styles anyway. The 40 was the worst of all of it, and the 40 was really good.
I still want to go over his vertical.
Yeah, 43.5's ridiculous. Jack Kelly had to really slow down to pick up that ball.
A year ago, Deontay Lawson was like a fringe first round pick.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't see it then, to be fair, and I don't see it now.
Here's Carl Louis. That's a ridiculous rep.
Even with the slip.
Yeah. Just looks so much better than everyone else.
Nice from Reese.
Yeah, rapid.
And Rodriguez having a good day.
Yeah. The stiffest man in the linebacker class, Jimmy Rolder.
Yeah. Got a 7th round pick on him, and quite frankly, that might be nice.
Sonny Styles.
Just head up all the time. Wasn't the smoothest pick on the ball up, but at 6'5", I'll let him off.
Yeah.
It's a long way down.
Top 5 pick. Let's go in.
Oh, he is, isn't he? I don't think there's a better player in the class.
No, I'm starting to come around to that.
I thought that before this workout. So he's number 1 for me. Reese is Arthur Reese is 11 for me at the minute.
Okay. I don't think that's controversial. He's just a pick which is going to define opinion.
I've got a few questions about him, and a lot of it is over his usage. It's not really his fault necessarily. Him more than Styles and more than other players, it will depend on the system he's drafted to.
Hmm.
Aiden Fisher's having a day. I like the look of him.
That's not fair.
Jesus.
Putting Carl Hamilton in there feels a bit cheap. Right, they're going to break now, so I think that's a good time to call it.
Seems like the time, doesn't it?
Right, cheers, Paul, for doing this for me. I thought it would be
All right.
a nice thing to get you on for anyway, but I'm glad you managed to get the agreement from the missus.
Well, yeah, I got told a firm no to another question, so. And on that note,
Delay of game. Yeah. Right. Cheers, everyone in the chat. We'll see you later on the weekend for another one of these, but for now, we'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye.
see you later.